what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday, finally, our streak ended. So it's a 15-1 run. We had one loss yesterday, which was a two-leg parlay, and both teams actually lost. So it did come to an end 15-1 run. I did want to mention that if you're expecting to win 100% of the time, this business is not for you. I'm going to mention why I say that later on in the video, and I'm going to explain some stuff. But if you cannot take losses, then you should not be doing this, because this business, you have to be willing to take losses. Having said that, I have a very strong play in the NBA today. It's going to be another two-leg parlay. I'm going to go right back to the well. I have a lot of good information on why these two teams should win. And I'm also going to give you a very strong pro tip on what you need to do when you actually take a loss, so you understand what to do next. One thing I want to say before I get started, I really appreciate you guys getting us to over 3,000 subscribers as of yesterday. Now let's make it 4,000. Thank you so much. We're getting about 60 to 70 new subscribers per day. Also, check out the free picks. That way, if I don't post a video, you'll still be able to get the free picks. The link is in the description for the free picks. I really appreciate you guys. Let's keep going. All right, so the first thing, like I mentioned several videos already, the first thing I like to do is look at the back-to-back situations. So what this means is basically which teams played yesterday, and then they're playing again today. So I'm going to quickly go through this, and then I'll have two teams that are actually going to go against these teams that played yesterday. I'll explain that once we get there. But Detroit is on a back-to-back. They played Cleveland yesterday. The New York Knicks are rested with a one-day advantage. Phoenix played yesterday against OKC, which actually they beat them when we had OKC yesterday. But Houston is rested. Houston has a one-day advantage. OKC played Phoenix yesterday, and they're on a back-to-back, and so Charlotte is rested, one-day advantage. Denver played yesterday, back-to-back. They played Brooklyn yesterday, and then Philadelphia is rested, so Philadelphia has a one-day advantage. The main important thing here is the one-day advantage, okay? So again, we have the Knicks with a one-day advantage, the Rockets with a one-day advantage, Charlotte with a one-day advantage, and Philly with a one-day advantage. Now, I'll take a screenshot of this. I'm not going to get too much into detail for this. These are just very strong streaks, meaning these players here have hit their line. For example, the top guy there, Will Richard, has hit this line 5 straight games in a row. So these are just hot streaks for player props for the points, rebounds, and assists. You can see up here it says PTS, rebounds, and assists. So take a screenshot of that. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. These are not our final plays. These are just strong streaks. Same thing for the shots on goal. You can see right here, this guy has hit this line 2.5 times, 7 straight games, and so on. Now, the next tool I like to look at is called the line move tool. That's inside the Sharp Edge. If you want 2 weeks for free inside the Sharp Edge, make sure you get that. The link is in the description. You get 2 weeks for free. So one thing I'll note here is only two games showing up right here as far as the line moves, which are decent to look at. And the 76ers is one of them. So like I mentioned, Philly is on a one-day advantage on the rest. They started at a 9.5. They're currently at a 11.5. So that's a 2-point line move. And now it's telling you to take a lean on the 9.5. Now, you can see there's a little green check mark. It's not like yesterday or other days where it says nuclear. So this line move tool, it's not that heavy because of the money over here. I'm not going to get into those details right now. I'm just letting you know it's a very slight lean. That is not a huge lean for only 2 points, and the money is not there. So you have to take those into considerations. That's why it says it's a lean, not a strong lean or a strong play. So next thing I like to look at is the projections. So you can see right here, the Knicks are supposed to win this game. The Celtics are supposed to win. The Raptors are supposed to win. Rockets are supposed to win. Thunder is supposed to win. 76ers is supposed to win by 12. And then the Clippers is supposed to win by 2. And the Trailblazers is supposed to win by, 4. So the two I'm going to be looking at is going to be the 76ers and the Rockets. So you can see right here, the Rockets are supposed to win by 8. And the 76ers are supposed to win by 12. Now, like I mentioned, the Rockets are playing the Suns, and the Suns actually played yesterday and they traveled. Same thing with the Nuggets. They played yesterday and they traveled. So not only is the home team rested, they're on a one-day advantage, but the other team actually traveled to get to them, and they played yesterday. Now, this is what there's a few things I want to talk about before I give you the exact plays. I'm not going to get too much into this, but there is some important concepts that you need to understand here. So this guy says, "You're crazy as hell, man. Denver and the Nets game is going way over." Whatever that meant, they did go over the line that we had at a 237.5, which is 238. They ended up hitting 242. So way over is exaggerated. Also, this guy says, "Bro, do you hear this nut, this newbie? Just on everything he says is crazy. I just saw him for the first time." So obviously they did not see the record. They have not been following me for a while. I know what the hell I'm talking about. And it's just these type of people that just want to bring negativity. So it is what it is. Now, if we go down, now there's a reason I'm bringing this up. I get tons of these comments all the time. I don't care about that, but there's a reason I'm telling you this. So just bear with me. This guy says, "Thank you for your knowledge. There's a lot of BS in this industry. Your strategy went from $10 to $250 in 3 days. So the spread is genius, back to back, and so on." So we get these type of comments as well. A lot of people were excited when we were on a hot streak. And again, like I started this video with, you cannot always expect 100% to win. Not even the best people in the world only hit at a 53% hit rate. Now, like I mentioned, guys, I'm going to give you one very strong parlay, so don't skip out on me. Let me just give you some information because this is important. On the month to date, meaning the beginning of this month till yesterday, we were on a 17-2 run, which is actually an 89% hit rate, which is incredible. Like I mentioned, the best people in the world hit at a 53% hit rate. So for us to hit at an 89% hit rate and people still complain, it is what it is. Because of the losses yesterday, this actually went down to about a 67% hit rate because we did have more losses than the one loss. Now, if you bet long enough with an edge, you're going to lose some games that you should win, just like yesterday, and then you're going to win some games that you shouldn't. So there's a huge variance there. The goal is being consistent, not perfection. I've been doing this this is my 4th season doing this stuff, pretty much on a daily basis. And again, you have to get used to losing. This is just part of the game. Now, here's the important key factors on why I bring all this stuff up, okay? You need to be tracking your bets. You need to be tracking why you're losing. And if you don't understand why you're losing, or you don't understand, or you don't write notes on what to do different or what happened, then you're never going to learn, and you just keep repeating the same mistakes. So let me give you some information here just from yesterday's games on why I believe that we lost, okay? And again, this is very important. This is the reason I bring this up. You have to be able to be willing to lose, and you have to be willing to understand and write notes on why you lost so you can learn. The historical trends have been exceptions. So, for example, yesterday, the Thunder were 23-1 when they were favorites, and the Suns were 9-30 when they were underdogs. So now, basically, Booker, I guess he hit a buzzer beater right at the end and ended up winning the game. But again, they become now 10-30, and these guys become 23-2. It just happens. This is sports betting. Now, one major factor here that killed our under yesterday, and it barely went over by 4 points, but it was nothing crazy. But the thing is that the line did shift 10 points. There was a lot of reasoning behind it. If you see the video, you know what I'm talking about. But here's the problem. Right here, it said the injury report, Cam Thomas wasn't even listed as probable at all. He was not even listed at all over here. It just said out. And then he ended up playing. Now you got Michael Porter Jr. He ends up playing. On top of that, Gordon is questionable. He ends up going off. He got 21 minutes when he was actually on limited restriction minutes. And then Jamal Murray has a damn out of human experience over here with the 27 points, 6 assists, and so on. So again, because of this injury report, we thought that Gordon was going to be injured and questionable. He ended up doing great. And then Michael Porter Jr. goes off, and then Cam Thomas ends up playing, and he scores about 16, 17 points when he wasn't even listed as even probable to play. So that's the kind of crap that I don't like. So if you want to avoid stuff like this, you can wait to closer to game time to get a better picture of the exact players. So right here where it says expected lineup, it should say confirmed lineup. I don't do that. I've been doing this for an extremely long time. I'm not going to sit there and wait until this is expected. But if you wanted to take that extra step, then that's what you would do. Now, I was going to start talking about all this in this video, but I'm not going to. If you want me to explain deeper as far as a quick reference for setting bankrolls, unit size, tier bets, and not chasing your losses and then tracking your results. I did talk about this one, but there's a lot of other very important details here as well. Once you get these 5 points right here, you should be set. So anyways, if you want me to make a video on this, let me know in the comments, and then I'll come back and make a video. Not today, but I'll end up making this video if you want me to. So again, you have to track your results. That's what I talked about. Setting bankrolls, make sure you have a unit size, tiering your bets, and then not chasing losses. So for example, I will give you this. If I lost yesterday, which I did, that a few losses, I'm not going to go and double down today to try to recoup what I lost yesterday. That's what chasing means. I'm not going to be doing that. Now, I promise this is the last thing before I get into the play. Even the best bettors, like I mentioned, are 45% to 55% win rates. Proper unit sizing, disciplined after losses, and patience over months, not days. So for the first leg of this, I do like the Rockets over here. You can see the projected score is supposed to be 115 to 107. They're supposed to win by 8 points. Houston did open at a 7.5. They're currently at an 8.5. The percentage of the money and the percentage of the bets is coming in on Phoenix. 61% of the bets, 69% of the money is coming in on Phoenix, yet the line is still shifting in the favor of the Rockets. Now, the reason I think the public believes that the Suns have a chance is because they are actually the top team to cover spreads right now. They've covered the spread 8 out of the last 10 games, and then the Rockets only covered the spread 8 out of the last 10 games. However, the Rockets have covered the spread 8 times against the Suns directly. Plus, like I mentioned, the Suns are on a back-to-back, and they traveled. Not only that, but you can see now 11 and 25, 30% hit rate in their last 36 games on the road. So the Suns are struggling. They're losing games, and they're also winning games, but the ones that they're losing, they're not covering the spread. Now, another big factor here is that the Suns actually went on the under 76% of the time whenever they're playing top 10 scoring defenses. So now here's just a few more stats on why I like the Rockets, and then I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm playing them. And I'm going to tell you the other team I'm taking as well. So I'm going to explain the other game very quickly as well. All right, so a few more things about Houston, and then I'm going to give you the other team. And then I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm playing this, okay? I know it's been a little bit of a longer video, so I appreciate you guys that are still here. Houston has an A+ defense. They're the 3rd best defense in the NBA right now. So Phoenix has a C- offensive grade. That means that they're going on the under a lot recently, 10 out of the last 13 games. The line did move in the favor of Houston, 7.5 to 8.5. Like I mentioned, they have a 69% chance to win this game. Also, the Suns are missing 2 key players, which is Jalen Green and Sengun. Also, they're tired and they traveled. So bottom line is this, is that Phoenix is a team that played last night. They traveled. They're facing a rested Houston amazing team, 8-2 in the last 10, and they have a 3rd best defense in the league right now. So the first leg of this play is going to be Houston Rockets on the money line as the first leg. Let me get into the second leg now. Now, the next play I'm going to be looking at, like I mentioned, was the 76ers versus the Nuggets. Let's start off right away with saying that Denver played last night against Brooklyn, like we already know. Jokic is out. You can see right there, he's out. And now Valanciunas is actually out. Yesterday, he scored 21 points. So they have 2 key players out, Jokic and Valanciunas. Now, the projected score says that they should be winning by 12 points. The line did move slightly from a 9.5 to an 11.5. There's a 88% chance that Philly's going to win this game overall. And then the ATS trends, 76ers cover the spread 7 out of the last 10 games. And when they play against the Nuggets, even with the healthy Nuggets team, they cover 7-3. Now, one key indication that you must be aware of, if you want to skip this, it's up to you. But 76ers are only 33% in their last 36 games at home. However, like I said, they do cover the spreads against the Nuggets, and Nuggets are depleted especially with missing Jokic, and they traveled yesterday, and they're tired. So before I give you the slip, guys, it is going to be the 76ers, but I'm going to give you the exact play that I'm going with. I'm going to show you the slip. Please make sure you take an extra second to subscribe. Also, check on where it says free picks. Check out the VIP if you guys want access to all the picks, and then get the Discord access. We're about 45 people in there now, and we do throw out like free plays and free information in there as well. And then the Sharp Edge tool is 2 weeks for free. Make sure you get that in there. And then if you want to learn from us how we've been doing this so consistently for such a long time, click on where it says learn from us. It's a free ebook right there that you get from us directly just by signing up right there. Also, please make sure you take an extra second to subscribe. All right, guys, and here's the play. Like I mentioned, the first leg is going to be the Rockets on the money line. And then the second leg, I took 76ers at a -2.5. If you don't trust the 76ers because of the 33% hit rate at home, then you might want to take them on the money line instead of this extra spread at the -2.5. However, if you do both of these together, you can get this on FanDuel for a -151. All right, guys, thank you so much. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys getting us over 3,000 subscribers. Now the next step is 4,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all that have been hanging in there. 15-1 is the current record. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day.